and welcome back to Tier 11 to the top here on Anderzbaz FM. It's a new season, the third season of the game, and we're now in Tier 9. Mansfield Hosiery Mills have been promoted to the Midland Football League Premier Division, and today we're going to have a look back over the last 2 months of pre-season, see what's happened, see what's changed. Lots of things are different from last time you saw us, and let's see how we are going to fare as the board expects us to win the league and get promoted once again. Let's see how we've set ourselves up for that challenge. So, first things first, you can see here the staff. We brought in some new staff. We've got 3 new coaches, a new head scout, a new head physio, and a brand new assistant manager. As you can see here, Roy Byron is the new assistant manager. He's pretty decent for this level. I think if you look at the comparison across the league, we are pretty much at the top of all the rankings on the coaching staff at least. But yeah, pretty decent judging player ability and potential, and good man management. They're the key things for an assistant manager here. As you will have noticed here already, we've got a director of football. So what I've done last season, I hired Guilherme, and what I've basically been doing is I've been getting him to just recommend some players to scout, because our scout budget is that poor that there's just no money available to go anywhere. So leaning on the director of football in that regard, and getting our scouting team to basically scout people he recommends. Some have been worth scouting, some haven't. And we've been really taking advantage of the free agent offers that come in of players who obviously don't have any clubs touting themselves about. You'll notice basically anyone who is on a part-time deal is new this season or last. So we've still got a few coaches on amateur deals, and one of our physios as well. They are some sort of holdovers from the first season. So aside from that new staff, we've signed plenty of players. So if we look at the squad, you'll see it's a 23-man squad, 22 when you account for Alexander, who's gone on loan. And that means that we brought in plenty of new players. You'll notice immediately we have 2 goalkeepers. So we'll start at the top with Tom Collins, who is our new goalkeeper. He's got some good reflexes, good handling, good decision making. He's probably a little bit better than Maris, and he's definitely not as eccentric. So he is probably going to become our new first keeper. The coaching staff rate his current ability much higher. But looking at his attributes, he's probably just about edges it. That's going to be one of the questions going into the season, is who's going to really stamp their place in the goalkeeping position. So Collins is going to probably start for us in the first few games, but Maris is definitely not going to be relegated to second choice goalkeeper just yet. As you'll see here, we have plenty of new central defenders as well. So we ended the season last season with Lynch and Bergin as our first choice centre backs. That's going to have changed now. So let's have a look at some of the new. First up, we've got Louis Darby. So he's got some good marking, good work rate. There's two standout stats really. He's quite aggressive as well. He's probably improvement on Lynch just about. So he might just be displacing Lynch from the starting lineup, because if you see I say that and you'll think, hang on, there are 2 other defenders here that look better. We'll get to that in a second. So we'll move on to Bobby Thomas. He's got some good marking, good tackling, good position, good pace. He's probably the best of the defensive centre-backs that we've brought in this season. He's got some pretty good physicals as well. That pace is something we haven't really got in our defensive line, so we're going to definitely make use of that. Good anticipation as well. He's pretty good. For a Tier 9 level, he's a good defender. And the other man we brought in is Callum Walmsley. Got good decision making, good positioning, good jumping, and again some decent pace. His marking and tackling are a little bit to be desired, as is his heading really. Pretty decent, and again a much better defender than Lynch, and certainly Bergin. So what that means is, because we've brought in quite a few centre backs, it was one of our focus areas if you recall. We have changed our formation, so we'll come to what the formation will be in a second. But first up, we've got a few more transfers to go over. So Scott Fox is the next one we'll touch on. He's pretty much just joined the squad a few days ago. He's a left winger and will be challenging Jarvis, our captain, out on that left-hand side. He's probably just about better than him, but I think Jarvis might get the nod in quite a few games because he's not quite as convincing as we'd hope. He's definitely faster and more technically gifted, but his end product, so that crossing, isn't quite there. He's got some decent though, so he's definitely not a downgrade, but he's not quite the upgrade we were hoping for to really displace our captain out of the side. And then the final two transfers we're going to touch on are two strikers. So we've got Riley O'Sullivan, who's got some good finishing, heading, composure. He's basically a duplicate of Feeney, but a bit lower and a bit better in the air. So his pace is a little bit lower. His heading is definitely higher. He's an all-around a good attacker. He's probably going to play a poacher role as well. But yeah, he's a good addition to the squad, as is Louis Potts. And again, another really good striker who's probably in the same sort of mould as Feeney and O'Sullivan. He's got some good finishing, pace and acceleration, so that pace and acceleration is going to be key to him as well. He's got some good composure and off-the-ball movement as well. So another good solid option up front, which leaves us with 4 strikers now, if you include Ryan Salmon, who we did re-sign, who have good goal scoring potential. So they are the 7 new additions, but as I said, that has made a change to our formation. So gone is the 4-2-3-1, and in is the 3-5-2, or is it 3-3-4? You decide. Let me know in the comments below which one you'd call this. The game calls it 3-3-4. I call it 3-5-2, but I'll let you be the judge. So as you can see, we've now got 3 good central defenders. We haven't really got a decent right back anymore. Kevin Cotter would be first choice right back, but he's more of a midfielder than anything. And Pike would be our left back, but he can play in the centre as well. So I felt that this move in the defensive line at least would be better suited to the strengths of our squad, and it also allows us to play 2 of our 4 strikers in the formation. Given that 3 of those 4 strikers are all best placed as a poacher, and Salmon is obviously better placed as a target man, we've gone with a poacher and an advanced forward as the roles for our striker pair. Familiar sort of wing play here with the left and right attacking mids, and then we sort of overloaded the middle of midfield with 3 centre mids at the moment. Sesse's obviously dropped back from attacking mid, and we're training up to play some different roles in the centre of midfield, so we mix things up a little bit later in the season when he becomes more comfortable in a non-central midfield attacking role. What this does leave us with is a few uncertainties around who's actually going to be in our best 11. So this is the lineup I'm going to go with for our first game of the season, of Collins, and then the back 3 of Walmsley, Thomas and Derby. Midfield of Cox, Sesse, Gibbon, Cotter and Binns, with Potts and Feeney up front. But that doesn't really tell the whole story. So in goal, we've still got questions around whether it's Collins or Maris who should be first choice. On paper, it's probably Collins, but Maris did really well for his last season, played every single game, so it'd be a shame to just drop him for straight away without any cause for him getting a chance to play himself back into the side. Up front, we've got options as well. Potts, O'Sullivan and Feeney are all really good options. Obviously, Salmon is definitely 4th choice, but will probably feature quite a bit off the bench later in the season. How will they fit into that central midfielder role? Obviously, he's more accustomed to playing in the attacking midfielder role, and obviously he's better there. Hopefully, he'll be able to fit in more on the central mid. He had been training for playing further back over the last season as well. It's definitely a lot better than he would have been if we dropped him in cold. And also in the midfield, we've got that question over Jarvis and Cox on that side. So Jarvis has recovered from an injury in pre-season, so that's why he's on the bench at the moment. He's struggling for match fitness. So Cox has got the nod for the first game, but as we go into the season, whether that stays the same, we're not sure. And as we say that, let's have a look at our pre-season expectations. So the board are expecting promotion by winning the league, as we've touched on. The FA Cup, they're expecting a 2nd qualifying round as a minimum. I'd love to make the first round proper. I mean, I'm definitely dreaming there, but first round proper in our first attempt at the FA Cup would be fantastic. But anything anything really is good. Getting FA Cup experience is definitely beneficial to it. So second qualifying round as a minimum, I can definitely get on board with, but I want more really. And then the FA Vars, the board are saying semi-final. I've said I want to win it. I've never won the FA Vars before, so I think now is the time. If we get promoted, I don't think we're in the FA Vars next season if we do get promoted, so I think it's just Tier 9 and Tier 10 who get into the FA Vars. So yeah, if we get promoted, this will be our last chance. So I'd really love to take that trophy. And as you can see, there are no League Cups or anything like that. It's just the 2 FA competitions, so chances of getting another League Cup double are probably a little bit slimmer because the FA Vars is such a big competition. We might struggle despite our aspirations. So then, the only other thing to do is have the season preview for the league. Now, before I made any signings whatsoever, we were already installed as odds-on favourites for that promotion spot, and that's just sort of doubled down as we bought more players in. So if we look at Media Dream 11, we've got Potts, Gibbon, Walmsley, Thomas and Collins all featuring. And if we look at the highlighter star player here, Tom Collins is listed here as the best player in the league, and Louis Potts is the second best. So hopefully we have got the quality to once again get a back-to-back promotion. Have a quick look at the season preview for our team itself. The media projecting a 4-2-3-1. As obviously that's what we've been using for the last 2 seasons, but as we've already touched on, that formation has been changed to 3-5-2. Collins is now a star key player, which probably suggests that he will be getting the nod over Maris. But yeah, as we said, we'll touch on that as we get further into the season. And Cole Gibbon is our hot prospect in the centre of midfield. And as you can see, these are the transfers we've made. We've gone through all the players here, but they're the 7 transfers in, and the only man leaving is Ryan Alexander on loan. So then, for the opening game of the season at home to Haughmond, I believe, from Shrewsbury. Please let me know in the comments below whether I butchered the pronunciation of that, but I'm going to go with Haughmond, the side visiting the Fieldings on the opening day. We've gone through our starting 11. These are the 11 men we're going to trust on the opening day, and hopefully it will be a good start to life in Tier 9. Join us in a second as we get to kick off. So then here we go, first highlight of the game, 6 minutes in, it's a free kick, inside to Cotter, across to Binns, what a strike that was! And if we're going to have shots like that, an absolute scorcher, what a great start, look at that! I was not prepared for a goal inside 7 minutes, look at this. Walmsley puts it across to Cotter, who finds Binns in plenty of space, and it's a first time shot, and it's absolutely... Wow, the keeper had no chance, wow, that is a fantastic start. And I was about to talk about how we're starting unbalanced for the first time. We've spent the last 2 seasons starting out as attacking in our mentality, and I was expecting it to be noticeable that we've dropped down to balance to start with, but not like that. 7 minutes in, and we've scored. And I've just talked through the last 20 minutes, and Haughmond have got a highlight of their own as Cotter has got his first yellow card of the season. Haughmond are working down this near side. But Binns, that man with a fantastic strike to start the game, he intercepts and it goes back to the goalkeeper, and all the players push out, and a lovely ball into the box, finds the head of Gibbon, who finds Sesse. Cox out on this left side, he's got a man with him, but he can't find anywhere. He's sent it all the way back to Walmsley, who tries to knock it back over the top, but the defender doesn't fall for it. But Cox has found Cotter in the middle, back into Gibbon, who's put the ball into Feeney, and that is a fantastic save. I thought Feeney was through there. That was a lovely move, but he couldn't quite get his shot away before the keeper got to him and made the save for the corner. Binns puts it into the box, and it's dealt with. A good save from the Haughmond goalkeeper, and it's still 1-0. We have another highlight. Derby finds Binns again in plenty of space. Can he get a ball into the box? He's got round his defender. Ball into the box, and it's headed, but it's a good save. I think it was Gibbon there with a header, but it didn't quite trouble the goalkeeper enough, and Yakov Levs makes another good save. He's keeping Haughmond in the match so far. And the highlight continues with a lovely ball over the top, but Walmsley deals with it. Cox has got it on the left there, on that far side. He's running out the defence. He's cut it inside. Finds Cotter, who finds Feeney. I thought he was going to feed Binns through, but Binns has got it again on the edge of the box. He's dangerous. He's dangerous today, but he's getting around his defenders. Can't quite find the final ball, and it's cleared. But only as far as Derby. The three-man defence is holding up well. Binns with a lovely early cross into the box. Potts on the head, and it's goal for Louis Potts on his debut. It's 2-0. A lovely header, and wow, that was... Binns has been sensational today. That early ball in caught the defence by surprise. I was expecting him to take on his man, but he's took the early cross into the box. Potts is unmarked. Well, he's very loosely marked, and he heads it past the goalkeeper. And despite the goalkeeper's great performance so far, he had no option with that one. He couldn't get a hand to it, and we are cruising towards half-time. 2-0 up. Fantastic first half display. But it's not quite over yet, as Haughmond have got a free kick just outside the box. Damiano puts it in, and it's a good save. Oh, no, it's not a save, it hits the post. Sorry, I thought Collins had got to it, but no, it hits the post, and it is half-time, 2-0. Just under 100 fans in attendance. I was expecting a little bit more, but we'll take it. 2-0 so far. We're playing them off the park. So far, it's an hour gone. Nothing happened yet in the second half, but a Haughmond free kick just outside the box. And it's a lovely strike. Uzachukwu has put it into the top corner. Collins couldn't do anything about it. I think he got a hand to it. But that was a great strike. And we've been a bit complacent in the second half. He didn't quite get a hand to it. It's a good, lovely, lovely free kick into the top corner. And I think we're going to make a few changes now to try and inspire the lads to not collapse in the second half. So the three changes we've made are Pike on for Thomas, Lowther on for Sesse, and O'Sullivan on for Feeney. So I've made one change in each of the three areas. The lowest rating performers are off. Thomas and Sesse have had particularly poor games so far. Sesse struggling to make an impact in the central of midfield. But here we go with 25 minutes left. And it's a free kick with Pike, who puts the ball into O'Sullivan. Finds Gibbon. Lovely ball outside into Binns, the danger man. He puts the ball into the box, and Potts is there, and it's that 1-2 combination of Binns and Potts. A lovely header once again, and Binns is really making the difference today. Another brilliant ball, finds Potts. In fact, it was a lovely ball there from Gibbon. Sort of looked aimless to begin with, but Binns is easily there to it. And once again, the ball into the box, catches the defence on their back feet. And it's 3-1, and we're up to the top of the table on the opening day. 20 minutes to go. And for the last 10 minutes, we've dropped down to cautious, put a bit of time wasting on, trying to see the game out. And we've got a throw-in here on this near side. Cox into Walmsley. We've got to play out of our defence. Cox's lovely ball across to Cotter. There's plenty of space. We are definitely taking advantage of our wide men here compared to Haughmond's narrow formation. Binns can't quite get anything, but he has got the ball into the box, and Potts is on the header again, and he's got his hat-tricks. I really thought Binns had walked himself down an alley there, but he managed to turn and put the ball on Potts' head, and it's 3 goals for Potts, 4 for Hosiery Mills, and we'll see that again. He couldn't quite manage to defeat his defender. Turned, swivelled, cross, header, goal. If this is what we're going to see this season, Binns feeding the ball onto Potts' head, I'm all for it. 1 minute left, 3 minutes of it added time, and we've got another highlight. Binns with a throw-in to O'Sullivan, who gets dispossessed, and the ball's sent down that far side. Haughmond are probably going to have a bit of a counter-attack here, but we're getting men back. They've been really slow, but they managed to get over the back line, actually. Frost advancing into the box. There's a man in the centre. He can't find him. Collins tips it wide. They could have really done better there. They've gone to a 4-3-3, but it's too little too late. Collins again. Can't find Gibbon as Anderson breaks. Frost again in the centre. Another save by Collins. The only goal they managed to muster today is that free kick, which was fantastic. But in open play, they've been much the worst side. As Walmsley down this near side to Cox, who's had a bit of a quiet game, but that's because his opposite number Binns on the opposite flank has just been ripping Haughmond to shreds. Cox works it back to Pike, who sends a ball rather aimlessly, but Cox is in the corner, and he's whacked it against the defender to get a throw-in with no time left on the clock. Pike will take his time here. He's sending men into the box with the long throw. He finds Potts, and we've worked it out to another throw-in. But there it is. It's full time. 4-1 on the opening day. What a sensational performance. Bins and Pots have just been fantastic. Let's have a quick look at the player ratings then. Pots with a 9.6. Bins only on a 9.0 with a goal and 3 assists. I would have had them the other way around. Potts just was fantastic in the air, but it was all Brad Bins, I think, today. A fantastic opening day victory. A quick look at the league table. Not that it matters at this early stage, but there we go. 4-1 winners, as were Tividale. 2 teams at the top there. 4-1 victors and top of the league. What a way to kick off a new season here in Tier 9. But that will be everything for today. I hope you've enjoyed the season preview and the opening game. It's been fantastic for me. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. If you've liked what you've seen, please drop a like on the video, comment in the comment section down below, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode in the future. Thank you very much. I've been Anderzbaz, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.